What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool news video because Arne during his press conference pretty much confirmed that he is going to be the next Liverpool manager because Sky Sports, who have been sending journalists to interview Arne for a week now, they got into the Feyenoord press conference and they directly asked Arne if there was an agreement between Liverpool and Feyenoord, and he said out of respect to his club he won't announce it publicly, but when Liverpool announce it and Feyenoord announce it, then he will talk in detail about what he thinks about Liverpool. And he pretty much confirmed because he was beaming with a smile. So he basically said that he has all the confidence in the world that the clubs will reach an agreement, that Feyenoord and Liverpool will reach an agreement. And I think reading between the lines and watching the press conference and seeing how his eyes lit up when he heard Liverpool's name and when he was talking about Liverpool, an agreement is already made and the clubs are probably waiting for the season to be over, so they have respect and they show respect to Jurgen Klopp and to Feyenoord as well, that they will announce this probably at the end of the season, probably after Jurgen Klopp's last game, because Liverpool don't want a scenario where Jurgen Klopp is still in charge and Liverpool fans are already talking about Arne Slot. I mean, that's happening anyway. And I think Arne Slot is a great character, a really nice, chill guy. And in this video, we will take a deep look at many experts and what they said about Arne Slot. And a lot of people said that they are confident that he will be a success at Liverpool. But first, I want to share the Liverpool fans' opinion, who said that he seems like a very patient guy, even after being seamlessly harassed by Sky Sports for weeks. Surely, probably the clubs are waiting for the season to be over, and Klopp has said his goodbyes before officially announcing Arne Slot. Otherwise, they would have already announced it, probably. And what I love about Arne Slot is that he looks like a really easygoing, really confident guy who has a great confidence, and he looks happy, he feels confident, and also he has great English. Watching his interviews, you don't even notice that he has an accent. So he's definitely will be a great communicator, and I'm already looking forward to watching his press conferences. I'm not looking forward to saying goodbye to Jurgen Klopp because he's literally the perfect Liverpool manager. But Arne Slot will be, I think, a successful replacement. That's just my feeling so far. And I mean, the Ten Hag comparisons are already started with him being Dutch, him being bold. But he already has a much greater character, much greater charisma. Ten Hag has absolutely no charisma, no aura, and nothing. And he also speaks a lot worse English than Arne Slot. And Ten Hag's English was pretty bad when he came to the Premier League. And I think that's crucial if you want to get your ideas across. Arne Slot also has a good sense of humor. He has already a great confidence in front of cameras. It looks like he can handle the pressure of press conferences, and he has a knack of saying the right things, which I think is really, really important when you are becoming the manager of Liverpool. And in this video we will also talk about Jurgen Klopp's explosive press conference and what he said about TNT Sports and the scheduling. And basically Jurgen Klopp is talking more freely and more honestly in his press conferences because he knows 3 weeks from now he will be on holiday already. So I really love this really honest and really freely talking honest version of Jurgen Klopp in press conferences. By the way, Ian Wright has a lot of confidence that Arne Slot will be a success at Liverpool. He said trying to bring in that level of manager after Jurgen Klopp is going to be very difficult to find. I think it's one of those that it might turn out to be okay, depending on how Arne Slot goes in, bigs his chest up when he gets into the dressing room. That's a job you can't refuse. If Liverpool want you, you accept. I believe as a football manager, whenever it comes, you probably aren't going to refuse it. He was talking about the levels and what he needs to be. We saw that with Erik ten Hag and how it hasn't worked out for him at Manchester United. I think the way this guy comes in, and I've heard about him coaching, how he loves being out there and the players like what he does. Whether that can translate into the Premier League and whether it can work here, I don't think that transitional high press can work, you have to have something else to sustain it. This is why we are looking at Ten Hag and the way he plays, and it can't work. I think with this guy, what he has done and going to Liverpool, I'm quite excited for them simply because it's a massive club and I hope that it can work out. And Ian Wright has a soft spot for Liverpool, not just because of Jurgen Klopp, but because of the fan base, because of what Liverpool represents as a football club, the history, the traditions, the values of the football club and the values of the fans as well. And what is also very interesting, it came out in the newspapers that Liverpool did a lot of work during the search of a new manager, and they talked to Bologna manager Thiago Motta, who used to play for Inter Milan, I think. And what is absolutely crazy is that Bologna is very close to qualifying for the Champions League. It now has been confirmed that the Serie A and the Bundesliga will have 5 teams each joining the Champions League group stages next season, and Bologna sit 4th in the table, a few points ahead of Roma and Atalanta. And Thiago Motta is only 41 years old, and he has already attracted a lot of plaudits, and a lot of big clubs are looking at him, because to achieve Champions League football with a squad of Bologna who cost a fraction of the squad of Napoli or any other like real big team who are struggling in the Serie A. Lazio and Napoli are behind Bologna, and Roma as well, and these clubs all operate on a much higher level. But I think it's expected that Liverpool talked to a lot of different managers. We definitely talked to Xabi Alonso and Ruben Amorim, but in the end we chose Arne Slot because of his playing style being very similar to Jurgen Klopp, and Liverpool didn't want to make a whole host of changes in the squad in the next 2 or 3 years, because there will be already enough change with Jurgen Klopp, a legendary manager, leaving Liverpool Football Club and a new manager coming in. And Ryan Babel, a Dutch footballer who used to play for Liverpool, he went from the Dutch league, from Ajax to Liverpool in 2007 as a 20-year-old. And Babel believes that Arne Slot has earned his chance at Liverpool after an impressive spell at AZ Alkmaar and then Feyenoord. He said the Dutch manager will naturally want to play football, especially if they have been in the top 3 in Holland, but different rules apply in the Premier League. Erik ten Hag has done a very good job at Ajax. The players he had there could really execute his vision, and that made him look good as a coach. And now he's at Man United, a big team as well, reach big resources. He wanted to apply his vision, but for some reason it doesn't really come, and now people question whether he's a really good manager or not. He's not. But the thing is, Erik ten Hag had the biggest team, Ajax, and they had the most money, the most resources, so it was expected for Ajax to win the title. Feyenoord were underdogs every season, especially after losing 5 key starting players. The season before, Feyenoord went on to win the Dutch title, being 3rd favorites behind PSV Eindhoven and Ajax, and they still won. And that's what makes Arne Slot a much better prospect to become a Liverpool manager than somebody like Erik ten Hag. And Ryan Babel says it's a fine line to see if a new coach has the squad in place to immediately realize their vision. New coaches always naturally have time. The question is, how much time does Arne Slot get? Liverpool have been spoiled with Jurgen Klopp philosophy and era. I think anything less than frustration will kick in very, very quickly. I think Arne Slot will get the first season, no matter where Liverpool finish, unless we have like a disastrous season where we are in the bottom half of the table come December or January. I can't see Liverpool sacking Arne Slot. And even then, if Liverpool are playing good football, just need some tactical tweaks, I would give Arne Slot the first season as kind of a free hit. It's not really a free hit, but you get what I mean. Even if Arne Slot finishes somehow in 5th or 6th place, but they stay, Liverpool play good football, and you can see a gradual progress, and there are mitigating circumstances. Hopefully Liverpool won't suffer another injury crisis, but if we do, then that could be a mitigating circumstance for Arne Slot. So I want to tell you guys exactly what Arne Slot said about Liverpool in his press conference. He said, we haven't confirmed anything yet. I said to the Dutch media as well, as long as we haven't confirmed anything, I don't think it's honest to Feyenoord, where I'm working now, or the club I could go to, Liverpool, to talk about that. And when he mentioned this, he was beaming with a smile, and his eyes were shining with excitement. He said, "I'm more than willing to answer any questions if the official announcement will be made. I have all the confidence that will happen, but until now it hasn't been confirmed officially yet." But he says that he has all the confidence that it will be. So basically, I think that reading between the lines, that means the club's already agreed a deal. It just hasn't been officially announced yet. So until then, Arne Slot's hands are tied. He just can't really publicly talk about it. But he's already very excited about the next chapter of his career at Liverpool FC, and I'm very excited about that as well. And Liverpool's boardroom will regain a lot of power once Jurgen Klopp departs, because Liverpool are moving away from the traditional British football club structure where the manager has all the power and he can decide transfers and a whole host of other football management things, not just dealing with tactics and player management, and also doing press conferences and of course, keeping all the players on their toes and happy at the same time. Liverpool are going to adopt a more Americanized model similar to NFL teams, and this pivot will redefine the roles of the managerial team after Jurgen Klopp. Jonathan Northcroft in the Times newspaper highlighted this shift, saying that Arne Slot is expected to be happy with that status, having spent his coaching career working in the same head coach sporting director model that Liverpool are going to adopt. So Arne Slot has been working as a coach and he always had a sporting director, because that's how the Dutch football structure works. And this model supports the head coach with a robust managerial team aimed to better navigate the complexities of modern football. Jonathan Northcroft explains that Liverpool believe the new structure is more appropriate to the complexities and demands of the modern game, and it will give the man in charge of their first team more support to do his job, not less. And maybe they don't want Arne Slot to burn out too quickly. Jurgen Klopp didn't burn out too quickly. He lasted 9 years, but ultimately, like all the strain of the Liverpool job and fighting with the PGMOL and this VAR nonsense, which has been absolutely destroying English football, it took a toll on Jurgen Klopp and a lot of Liverpool fans, I think. And it just drained Jurgen Klopp to the point where he has run out of energy, basically. So Michael Edwards, the CEO of football at FSG, will oversee all of the football operations. Richard Hughes, the sporting director, will directly talk to players when it comes to transfers, potential players, future players of Liverpool. Richard Hughes will talk to them. They will leverage the Liverpool resources, and they will make together strategic decisions. And Arne Slot will be the guy who will focus on getting the best out of the players, setting up the team tactics and formations and work on all kinds of things when it comes to matters on the football pitch. And Liverpool's aim is to enhance the efficiency and the efficacy of Liverpool's management in response to the evolving landscape of football. And the big question is, will this Americanized model bring the desired stability and success, or will it require further adjustments as the season unfolds? Of course, only time will tell, but having Michael Edwards as the figurehead of this whole football structure, I think gives me confidence that Liverpool will be successful, because he's one of the best in the business when it comes to this job. And Jurgen Klopp said that he feels that it's a big achievement getting Champions League football, and he felt like that when he found out that Tottenham lost. And I loved that Jurgen Klopp blasted TNT Sports in particular, and he said that he will never watch that TV channel again after he's done with Liverpool, and he also will not be a subscriber of them ever again. And he says that Jurgen Klopp said that the fixture schedule in England is responsible for so many Premier League teams getting knocked out in Europe. He said, a bit of advice from an old man on the way out: I would love to be in the room also, he said, when they say Liverpool at 12:30 again, and they all burst out laughing. In the whole world we have the quickest turnaround between games. That's true. In the whole world, Liverpool FC have the quickest turnaround between games, which means that we have the shortest time between games in all of the world, which is absolutely crazy, absolutely mind-blowing. And tell me that it's not done on purpose, and I will say that's not true. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that PGMOL hate Liverpool and hate Jurgen Klopp, because Jurgen Klopp is the only manager who consistently stood up and spoke out against referees and against the PGMOL, which is like a cartel basically in England. They are all mates with each other, they are all protecting each other, so whatever decision the referee makes on the pitch, VAR is not overruling him. And I really hope that Jurgen Klopp in his last press conference will do a Rafa Benitez facts rant or similar to that, where he blasts the cheating, corrupt referees and officials. Jurgen Klopp said Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, 12:30 kickoff is a crime. I was expecting Amnesty International to go after the referees, or to go after, not the referees, but to go after the TV stations who schedule these games, because they are responsible for this, and it's absolutely criminal that they are even allowed to do this, that we have a game on Thursday and then they schedule a game Sunday 12:30 kickoff. Absolutely criminal. And Jurgen Klopp is literally like sacrificing himself and some of his reputation for the good of football, for the good of the game, because Jurgen Klopp was the only manager who was pushing for 5 substitutions to be announced even before COVID. He was the only manager who spoke up against this crazy fixture list and fixture congestion before any other manager in the Premier League even acknowledged it. And Jurgen Klopp pointed out refereeing mistakes a long time ago, and now every other manager is complaining about the referees. But Jurgen Klopp first pointed out about Paul Tierney, how he thinks that he hates him. He hates Jurgen Klopp and he hates Liverpool, and that's why he's refereeing in a very biased way against Liverpool, punishing Liverpool at every opportunity. And there is a clear long list of evidence, long list of incidents that prove that Jurgen Klopp was right. I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to talk again about the referees. I'm just tired. I run out of energy talking about the referees. I will never run out of energy talking about football and my beloved Liverpool for you guys. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.